story time. And we fixed it up, you know, because he was like, it looked like it says hi or his story, like oh, Michael Jackson did it. Simpsons did it. So I wanted to be a bit different, even though, yeah, you know, someone else probably already did it already. What up, y'all? I'm DieNasty, the Mexican Thuggalo.
I'm Spooky Z, the motherfucking wordsmith and the grave digger, and I got big balls.
Yeah, I guess apparently he puts in his raps, they smell like fucking
Crunch berries.
Crunch berries.
Chaka chaka chaka.
Yeah, but so we hope you guys are all tuning in. Once again, we are just kind of gonna get you guys going. If you are seeing this, definitely smash, beat up that like button like DieNasty does. Yeah, beat it up, and then make sure you guys leave comments. Hit that share button. Share that motherfucker like crazy.
Tell people.
You know, spam the shit out of motherfuckers. If you have any comments, we got HG and Melly in the house. He's gonna try to help us out with all that stuff. So like I said, and if you get, you know, we got a bunch of sites out there. We got Patreon where everything should be going on live right now. That's what all this is about.
This is for.
That's right.
This is all to get you guys acclimated and over to the Patreon so you can support this movement that my brothers put together, because it's been a long time since I feel like the underground has had like some shit they could really get behind, not just with music, and the music is fucking on point, don't get me wrong, but the struggle to actually be behind it, and not just somebody who's just starting off and all their friends are gassing them up and telling them they can rap and they fucking suck shit through a bent straw. Like, we're talking about a cat that's put in over a decade of time, blood, sweat, and tears.
Music. We got music.
In this.
Real
history.
Shit.
Highstory. That's what this is all about, is to introduce you to why you should give a fuck, why you should get down with that Patreon, because it ain't just the fucking run-of-the-mill, hey, give me some money because I need it. Like, this is so that we can continue to push and evolve and make things as great as they have been for 10 years to even be even better, 10 plus years, I'm sorry, to even be better moving forward.
Speaking of decades, we kind of moved within decades real fast because we started, and we talked about from when I was getting this thing going, 1995, a young thug out there in the streets, going to family house parties, rapping for the Kim folks, and just getting it in like that. That was what I was doing.
The seed was planted.
Yeah, the seed was definitely planted, and then we kind of basically got. And these stories, or this highstory, will definitely kind of like slingshot back and forth, because these stories or these tales,
they're woven.
They're woven within each other.
Yeah,
that some started prior or was set along. Like, we got cats here, Bag of Hammers. If you guys have never heard of them, we got some highstories with them. These are some Detroit cats that really held it down for Detroit. Some underdogs that definitely could have had probably a better chance, but we'll get into that. That's what all this is about. And yeah, man, so taking it from where, 2004?
2004, we kicked off, we finished off, I should say, the last episode, wrapping up at 2004. And in my opinion, 2004 is when it really started to pop. It's when the first release from Head Hurts Records at the time came out, the first official release. I know that.
What was that? Because I believe the first official was in 2005. We have the Head Hurts Hitman.
The Head Hurts Hitman. You're right. I'm sorry. So I'm jumping ahead of myself. 2004.
We're just trying to keep it official.
So 2004, we laid the groundwork. We started recording that album.
Correct.
But really, what happened was, you guys started booking shows from out of town. Bringing cats from out of town that you were fans of.
Well, okay, so I guess let me break you on what I can remember. And if like I said, I'm a bit foggy when it comes to Bag of Hammers. I know we had a great time. We were basically, I think you said it, we were, what did you call it?
Enforcing?
You said we were, basically, we were fans of the Bag of Hammers. And such fans where, man, I'm pretty sure we paid to have them come out and hang out with us because they were celebrities. But they also helped in our brain and in our music connect us with Detroit, and we wanted to be connected with Detroit because of, you know, the Juggalo movement, and that's where it all
kicked off. Esham fucking handling the goddamn business out there is what made the scene that we wanted to be a part of.
Yeah.
It started there. So and I'll be honest, this part of what I fucking love about this is I'm getting to learn shit. I never looked at it or saw it that way. That this was your in for Detroit. This was the way that we were going to connect with the hometown.
This is how Juggalos were supposed to take us serious.
Yes. Because, no, I get it.
And if you look in the back of these musics, I believe, if I'm correct in these three that we have here, Davey Gravy from Detroit, from Bag of Hammers, he mixed and mastered each track, or mastered at least each album for us, and, you know, kind of putting that stamp of approval. That Detroit stamp of approval. So
for this entire era that we're going to talk about.
Definitely, bro. Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. So that's why we have the Bag of Hammers CD, to give them a nod and props and a shout out. Once again, a lot of relationships spoiled, didn't go the way they were supposed to. Big heads, the egos, miscommunication,
being young in the game.
Yeah, all these things can either be against you or for you, and it's how you utilize it. It's how you can see it.
Yep.
And move forward, and hopefully with these tales and stories, man, they won't make some of these mistakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel that I've done that. I've saw people do something and say, like, I ain't gonna go down that road. I kind of saw already.
We learn from other people, and we're hoping to pay it forward. I mean, that I feel like is at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, 1995 to fucking forever.
Yeah.
It's all about paying it forward.
We also have a Facebook Live going on right now, so if you guys are on the Facebook Live, definitely say what up. Malachi will try to throw your comments on. We might not see him. He'll try to holler some of them ones out that are questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. You know, we'll get them on our Facebook. We'll get them on the Patreon. Hopefully, he'll bounce back and forth. Before we move any further, bro. Because I feel unbalanced. I feel unbalanced right now. Like, I feel like I'm way over here. Can you help me out?
That's fucking hell, bro.
So, you know Spooky Z's a long time OG head hers, been in the game since like fucking we started this game. 2. Right? That's right. So, bless yourself, man. I want to say it's this way. I think I got it backwards. Go ahead, and you should be gravy that way. There we go. So, just cancel it, man. I don't know who's calling.
No calls.
Hold my calls. People like to see me on Facebook, and then for some reason, they want to call as if I'm not using my phone for that live.
You know what's funny about that is the last episode, right before that same day you were doing a live, I didn't even know you were live.
I know you did.
And I called you. I feel like it's the forces.
I feel like it's weird as fuck because, man, don't nobody call me all goddamn day.
Nobody wants to talk to me on the phone.
Don't nobody call me all goddamn day. The minute I go on live, I swear to God. So thanks for helping me feel a bit balanced, and they'll definitely be.
I was joking.
You'll see. We'll be blessing a few other people out there, and everybody who's a part of the team, and if you want to be a part of the team, head over to Patreon.com/Thuggalo XP. And you can, like I said, get an opportunity to rock one of these too. All you got to do is be a part of the movement, and we'll go ahead and hook you up. So, there's a little details. Go on and figure that out. There's some stipulations, but come on, y'all.
Be a part of it.
Be a part of it. That's really what this is all about.
100%.
Okay.
I do want to say, before we dive into things, you mentioned them a couple of times, I got to give a fucking hell of a shout out to my nephew, HGM.
HGM Malley?
Motherfucking HGM Malley. Every song I've heard just blows my mind. It blows my mind, and it makes me proud because I don't know if y'all don't know, but I was the first one to put him on a track.
Yeah.
And just to see.
Yeah. They don't know that, though. They don't know that,
way far back.
They don't know that. They think, because, like, the way history is starting to be wrote, it's like I did, but you just told the fucking history, so now they know. So now you guys know
real talk.
The truth.
I'm just so proud of my nephew.
That's how much passion that HGM Alley had when he was young, as a youngster.
That's why I wanted to mention it.
Yeah. So with that being, man, just a family of music, a family of love. So let's dive right in. And what I would like to do is dive right in on kind of where we were at. We were hoping to have my buddy here, and we'd be chopping it up, talking, probably even drinking some beers and laughing. But some miscommunication and some timing. To me, though, we were talking about it, and I would love to have people come, but I think sometimes what it does is it provides an opportunity for me to do what I like to do, which is I like to create my own my own situations where I can, what is it called? Where I like to, you with me?
I'm trying to think. So, like, not self-sabotage.
I like to stifle
yeah,
myself.
Yes.
I like to stifle my own self, and you could do that, y'all. Don't stifle yourself, yo. Don't stop yourself from doing something, you know, that's awesome. And give yourself a reason, because I'm definitely a recluse or a person that if you gave me an opportunity, I'm to stay home and not go out. I'm probably just gonna stay home and not go out. Yeah, we cool. I ain't even tripping, dog. I got TV, I got video games, I got kids, I got things to do.
And really, what it comes down to, and it's not a knock on anybody, it's we're doing this because we love it. We did other things, the podcast.
Yep.
I did that. We did the radio show, Icon Radio, and we did these things, and we started off doing them out of love and like a good time, and then they start to become work because you got to call 3 times a week to remind the guest, hey, don't forget.
That's why and that was yet another reason why we separated and want to do this every week on that ass too, because if we did this every week, I think we would not want to do it. We would find a reason to not want to do it. So with that being said,
every 2 weeks is great.
I'm glad we do it. I'm glad we do this. I hope you guys are glad we do this. And like I said, we break you down on a bit of THUGGALO, Arizona wicked history, and you know.
Selena said it's so interesting to watch how you both have grown emotionally and musically.
Hey man.
Yeah, thank you.
Shout out to Selena.
I gotta say, like, that's one of my favorite things about you, my brother, is just how fucking far you've come, and the man that you've become from this guy to this guy. Like, it's fucking wild.
Yeah.
And it's I brag about it, man. I brag about it with our mutual friends. I brag about it with the people that I'm just homies with. Like, I'm a part of a team that truly has evolved and become better human beings.
Yeah, hell yeah. Thank you. Thank you, man. We have, and that's the point, y'all. The point is to kind of show these cats, because I think there's a lot of cats out there, whether they want to admit it or not, they look up to us. They've been looked up to us.
Right.
And to me, I feel like we left a lot of cats on the wrong tip, because when we left, we tried, but to be honest,
it was our best effort, but we just didn't. We weren't role models.
It became work, bro. It became work.
It did. It really did.
It became work. It became work. Well, getting back to job and getting back to work, let's dive into it. History, you guys. History. We spoke upon the beef that we had and the music that was made. This is an actual original Woodpile. Streets will never be the same. Before West Coast Mafia, there is no West Coast Mafia branding. This is their original pressing.
The first kind that came out.
And to me, I keep it. It's very, very dear to my heart, because it holds that place where we created controversy for the scene. Because, I mean, yeah, the scene's cool. It was popping. It was fun. And, yeah, not all controversy or not all beefing or whatever is good. Really, some really isn't. But with that, I think we made good music. I think we inspired and pushed each other.
It motivated.
I feel they were motivated, not just by us.
Right.
Because they're obviously were already on a path, for success. But these guys, they really put together you got to understand, this was back then when we were young-minded. So being young-minded, to put out such a high-quality, well-produced, well-put-together project, they killed it, man.
Look at the back. The back ain't blue. No. The back of the seat. Like, these are things, like, back in the day, nowadays it doesn't matter. You see that stuff all the time. But back in the day, to get the back of your CD to be actually silver and be printed on the front, like, that shit wasn't cheap.
Expensive.
This shit was not cheap.
There's duplication and replication.
You fucking paid out the ass for it.
There's barcodes that you cats don't even get. Like, I swear, even ourselves, we had to get barcodes. And this was the back of the time when things were expensive. Now, I ain't gonna lie, not all of them had barcodes. I think maybe only the Hitman, because shit got expensive. But
there ain't no barcode.
No barcode there, because that shit got expensive as fuck, boy. And well, like I said, I took my first set of monies, and when I would get monies like that, we would throw the money at it and hope it would hit something and stick. And it kind of did. It created this clout. We had this clout.
Yeah, because your image.
We had all that, and it looked good because people would see the CDs and the packaging, and they'll be like, damn, y'all rich. Y'all got it like that. Y'all made it. And it's like, nah, we struggling, man. Like, buy my CD, motherfucker. Like, they're like, give me one. Everybody's like, give me one.
Right.
You know? The way cats used to really act. But this is like brother CDs to each other. To me, I feel as if they're like a set. Because there's a track, there is a track. I'm not sure if the actual beef track is on here, but I know there, and I believe there was a message. There was a message sent out to me on this track, basically at the end of the album, basically just in response to what we were going through. But so what we did is they basically made a CD or a track about us. They called us out. They made it. They issued a challenge. They made a track about us, and we responded with an EP, a full project ourselves. So you know, I'm gonna slice this one open. They're like, no,
we got a handful of them. You see, we got a few.
And with that being said, I'm gonna make a huge statement, and you know, physically, but we try to do the same thing. Obviously, we tried to keep it wicked. My skills and my art skills were definitely a little different.
Sure.
I would say I'm a lot more advanced, but this is what I was working
back
with.
then, though, that was dope.
Yeah.
That took work.
JJ Sosick was the only album that actually came out on time. Everything else, I think, was late as shit. It was always next time, next time.
But that was and it hasn't really changed a whole lot in our scene.
And if you look, so like getting into it too, and we'll get into it, the JJ Sosick that we created was to look like the Chronic 2000, and it was the Chronic 2006, but it was Demonic 666. And we did a pretty good job, but I don't know if that ever got pressed, because we have two other projects that came out, and I think this one came out first, and then we redid and came back and did that one.
Yep.
Because JJ Sosick was Head Hertz's superstar, like he actually rose above, I believe, in the essence of DSI. Like he was there with us when we were doing what we were doing. But before we can even put out any music for ourselves, like seriously, like I wanted to put out my album. You gotta understand, when we were starting, we were talking about like the 3 tracks we were doing. Mm-hmm. That's on this album right here.
Yep.
And this album didn't come out till like our third album as a record label. That's when the album came out. So we made, you know, like I said, we definitely put ourselves as a team before we even actually went out and did a solo thing, which was pretty awesome. I don't know if you guys could see, and if you guys know us, none of these things were prop pistols or prop guns or anything.
No, that was.
I'm
gonna tell you. So it's funny because, like I said in the last episode, when I started hanging out with this man, I was crashing on his couch, like in the almost 20 years since. I've never seen another homie come and crash on the couch unless they've been homies, and I learned that was something special. Yeah. So that was a bonding moment. Yep. And the next bonding moment that we had, that was like, you gotta realize I came from the suburbs. That's where I lived. I hung in the hoods. That's where I spent my time. But like, when he came to hang out with me, and I still live with my mom's, it was in a nice neighborhood. Yep. So like, you don't look at me necessarily and see a gangster, and that's fine. I accept that. But we were sitting, and we were just 2 blocks from the house of the people we had beef with. I did pocket.
He did it because he didn't want me to smoke my blunt, because I didn't share. I didn't share my life.
I'll just drive to the next day.
I'd be like, hey, that shit matches my pants.
So at that, so the next like thing that we really bonded on was we were doing this photo shoot for the CD cover. We had all the guns, and every single one of them was real. The rocket launcher, the grenade launcher, all of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
The grenade launcher, yep.
And I'm sitting there talking to him, and I'm like, I've never done this. And he looked at me weird, like you never took pictures of the guns. Like, nah, I'm not a gangster. I'm just pretending. And I'm like, no, I've never been 2 blocks from the people I'm beefing with a bunch of guns in front of me to take pictures. Yeah. This is weird.
Yeah.
Taking pictures of it.
It was the first time. It was the first time for me, but
my microphone is dead apparently, so I'm gonna.
I was in business mode personally myself, So what I chose to do is just go ahead and keep my mind in the game and run things like we do. Run a nice photo shoot. I mean, it looks like if you look at the front, I mean, it's kind of horrible work, but I tried.
Here,
But
let me see
it looks like yeah, you can take that clear one. It looks like we're standing in the desert, but actually that's like green screen too. We used green screen or stood in front of a wall at that point. Um, you know what I'm saying? But we did what we did. What we had to. The font, I definitely got a lot of tips from a lot of people. Out the box, 666 was the beat production company. D Evil or Uncle Phoenix, however you guys might remember him or know him. But he was making all our beats.
Everything.
We first and I told you we went from the Funk Junkies basically.
Learned.
We saw and learned. We paid attention. We paid attention, and definitely that's something that you guys should do. Is pay attention because we paid attention to what everybody was doing and how they were doing it, and then if we could facilitate or get that equipment or do the same thing or at least try to learn how or get some advice, then we went ahead and did so, and that's what happened. D got the MPC. That's what Soul Man was using as far as making hardcore, beats, and that's what we used, and it was awesome, dude. It was an amazing time. We made a lot of dope music. Obviously, we got some albums here, but the beef, yeah, man, never again have I don't take pictures with guns. That's not like it's not something that we do to play. It's not like Facebook. Let me just show you my pistols and stuff like that.
For sure. And I'll speak a little loud while the engineer HCM Malley gets me all
shit happens, yo.
Yep. It's
am I loud? Let me see. Am I loud?
So speaking a little louder, like one thing that I'll say about those two albums and just speaking on it is steel sharpens steel. When you go into battle against a worthy opponent, you're gonna fucking clash swords. And steel sharpens steel. It's not always just on that positive take. It's a real thing. It's not just, people say steel sharpens steel in the sense of like friendships and we're test your metal. Saying steel sharpens steel and crossing swords.
Made us stronger. That definitely made us stronger. Made us want. It gave me the drive, the ambition to want to one up, to want to better, be better at it, so to speak. If that was what I felt.
Exactly. It was a motivator, and that's why professional silver lining finders. We've talked about that. That's what we are. And so finding that, like, does it suck that we had to clash? Yeah. I mean, there's songs on there that still to this day put a motherfucker in their feelings. You know what I mean?
There are, and once again, in this beefing world, there is this thing called like no holds barred, no rules.
No punches
but
pulled.
Apparently, there is. Because when you hit someone real hard that really doesn't want to get hit that hard, they say, hey, you're not supposed to do it that way. But in all actuality, it's like, I'm going to hit.
No rules.
No rules, no holds, no
I'm not here to fight you. I'm here to kill you.
I'm not here to.
I'm here to end you.
I'm here, yes, definitely. That's the thought process.
The enemy deserves no mercy.
The enemy deserves no mercy. That was the thought process.
Yes.
That will be the title.
For this,
the enemy deserves no mercy.
The enemy deserves no mercy.
And it's true, but it's not. Like, you gotta understand, that was
then.
That was our thought process.
Yes.
That's not what we believe now, and that's not what we want you guys to believe. But if you can understand that, then you can understand where this comes from.
Yep.
From both camps, the enemy, deserves no mercy. So they gave it no mercy, and we gave no mercy, and that's really what it was. And now we can sit back, like I said, from time later and talk about it, or reconcile and say, hey, look, it really wasn't what we meant,
right?
Apologize, whatever, amend, whatever.
You can make amends,
and I feel we done so. I feel as if I done so. I spoke about how Diesel, that's my best.
That's
friend.
your right, exactly.
That's my buddy, bro. Like you, there's a select few that I will say that about. That these are my bros. This is a circle. We have a circle, and it isn't huge.
It's a small circle.
A very small circle. But even still, these cats are in it. We had an amazing history. I give them props for all their success that they actually accomplished after the fact. You know, these cats, to me, when we were able to talk about it, I was actually able to tell, Diesel that I'm proud and was happy, as much as I'm supposed to hate or be upset.
Right.
I'm sitting back like, damn, these cats made it on West Coast Mafia. I bumped C-Bo like, damn, fool, that's like, you made me respect your gangsters so much more right now. Like, damn, bro. And I'm supposed to hate you, but I'm an undercover fucking Woodpile fan, bro.
Right.
Bumping they shit, hey, it happened, bro. Because I followed
game, respect game.
My MySpace back then, bro.
Right.
I followed your MySpace, bro.
No, man, and that's the thing is the growth allows us to be friends. Now, me personally, I've never spoken to Nightmare or Wicked Rob since. But even, for me with the Hitman album on the Nightmare situation, the way that I got shelved at Purgatory and the conversation that was, you're doing too much on stage, you act too crazy, you steal the show, and it feels like Spooky Z with Nightmare. And I, at the time, I'm like, oh, you want me to fucking dial it back? I can't do that.
Well,
that's
what got you on the team.
Right, is my fucking energy on stage and the way that, I feel like those fans deserve that insanity. That's my therapy. How fucking dare you? So I had no issues taking my shots at the dude, because it wasn't just on a music thing, you diss me, I diss you. If
you think about it, and if you pay attention, or if you guys even know, it's just like, as you talk about things, like, I'm the years are like folding, and I'm like, you're right. And think about a lot of the cats, they didn't make it, that are not no more, that actually maybe from this or not too long after the CD, they said music wasn't for them, or they just, and I swear there's probably cats besides Woodpile.
It seemed like every era we had that that group of people in every era that we discuss, because we didn't talk much on it, but at the first era we lost copycat killers, and like these people that just moved on from the team or from music.
So many artists that your boy DieNasty has put on and has worked with. What do we have there?
You got to read it to us.
Oh, I didn't catch it, but okay. I'll have to catch your personal message later, family. He's probably like, I can't hear you. You're fucking moose toes in my view.
Nope, we're all good.
Sorry, bro. Fucking tight jeans, man. Shit.
But no, so back to it, because I don't want to stray too far. Yes, there's so many cats that when this happened, it did check their fucking metal.
Yeah.
It was you want to be about this life, like this is what it's going to be sometimes. Yeah. And some cats
weren't even artists, like Wicked Rob caught it.
Yeah.
Because it's like you said, show the enemy no mercy. You were like just a friend.
We were friends, and he shit on our friendship.
You were just a friend, but you chose to hang out and be a part of the. But what music did he truly drop?
Right. Oh no, he wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. If you think about that,
gotcha.
We didn't care if you were their
everybody
friend.
Everybody caught it.
And
mama can get it.
Yeah, bro.
For real.
Everybody caught it, and that was another thought process. That was another. I guess King wants to be on live, so come on in, King. Oh no. All right, I'm sorry. That's what all that was. You want to come on in? Because I'm live right now. If not, I need you to make your move, buddy. Oh, he's waiting for Javi to come. All right.
So, no, hey, that's daddy. That's what being a daddy is. You got that shit going
I'm daddying it right now, doing what I have to do.
Yep.
Once again, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to talk polite and be something I'm not? Or do you want me to talk to my child like I talk to my child, like, boy, get on and stop playing?
Yep.
All right, so now that we back,
yeah,
and, as we continue to talk about our mentalities and our thought process and the things that we did to people that weren't even, like,
they weren't artists.
They weren't artists, bro.
There wasn't going to be a response. I would have loved to have heard it.
Yeah, right.
But some of those cats that we hit, they didn't have a way to fire back at us. But it wasn't about let's start a beef and do diss tracks about each other. It was, I'm gonna end you. I'm gonna like this is.
I think that's how we felt. I think it was definitely like, let's try to make it
Scorched earth.
that you cannot respond from
Yeah.
from what we did, and to me, even so, where even tactics, like we said, I was talking about prior about how, you know, there's no holds barred, no rules to what is being said.
Right.
I have to say something. I have to clear air.
Speak on it. Preach.
So, you know, me trying to win the battle, be better, playing on people's thought process, I guess. But Woodpile, none of them are racist. I don't know none of these guys to be racist. I know them to be proud. I know them to be they love
proud of their heritage.
Proud of their heritage. They love who they are, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm proud of who I am. That doesn't make me racist.
Right.
You know, that I'm proud to be Mexican, Chicano, whatever you want to call me. I'm proud to be who I am. And I used with Tech 9, because back in the day, before Tech 9 was as big as he is, he used to we were all homies. We used to kind of all work with each other, so to speak. And I created something that wasn't.
You made something.
I made something out of nothing. And sometimes you can do that. If you look, there's a logo there, and the logo is it's a white rabbit with a
jumping with
a shadow of the shadow right
like
there.
Like a tracer.
And what I told Tech 9 is that is a white rabbit grabbing a black rabbit, and these guys are racist. And just left him with that. Just planted the seed and walked away. It was like, if you do business with them. And that was me trying to hurt their business.
Yeah.
Once again, there's no rules to it. The rule and the goal is to win. To make you lose.
It ourselves. It got used against us.
Got used
cats like Nuki. So what goes around comes around.
It does. And it made full circle. We'll get to them years.
Yeah.
We'll get to them years where I got paid back and karma as a bitch. And yes, I deserved it. But that's what I did. And it's not okay. So if Tech ever hears this, if it ever passes his way, bro, they're not, man. And I wish I do. I wish there was things that I wish I could take back. That's one of the things that I wish I could take back, because, you know, what music they would have created truly as them, you know, West Coast Mafia, hardcore white boy, thug, loving, you know, loving the music type shit, bro. Like, it's a what if. But my apologies, and I hope sincerely, and I know that we hang out now. I know we all got love, and we all went like, you know. But I've never apologized. I never took it public. People don't know about a lot of these things.
Right.
People don't know. And they don't know some of these backdoor moves that happen that fuck shit up. And I fuck shit up. It's been done to me, though, but I fuck shit up.
And here's the thing about that.
This
is something I've learned, and this is why I respect you mentioning it now publicly, because I'm sure you apologize privately.
Yes. I even let them know that I'll be speaking about it here, and, you know, I got something for you guys, too.
The one thing that I have to say, not to cut you off, but I just want to make this point because it is real, is your apology has to match the level of your disrespect.
Yeah.
And so I respect you apologizing in a public forum because it matches the level. You feel me?
Yeah. Well, and know that I have CDs. I will never sell these CDs. These CDs are basically should be in the trash, and they'll by the end of this episode, like I said, I might keep my matching pair to frame up, but I really feel like I should trash these. I know their history. I know you guys might want.
But they're not an album.
But they're not. They're not. Yeah, I wouldn't celebrate. I respect my actions, as I respect my friend more than this music that was made. It was bad, good music. Look, it was awesomely from what it was.
Right.
But the intent and what it represents is nothing that I would want anybody out there putting out into the world. So, you know, that's my responsibility, I feel, as an artist, that you guys love what we do. and yes, we'll respect the wicked, and yes, it's a looks like a devil's pitchfork. That's a Triton,
and we all
it's a Triton. Just so you know, it's a Triton, but yes, it represents and looks like Arizona Sun Devils. It's a lot of that. It's like double, triple entendres with emblem type shits. You know what I'm saying? Like
lots of meanings.
Lots of meanings.
Lots of different meanings. But that's life.
Yeah.
And going off of what my man is saying, yes, that's evil. That is evil. That album, we do put evil into the world. As much as now we fight it. Right. Now, even though we do the wicked shit, I feel like the underlying idea is to help somebody.
I printed 1,500 of these motherfuckers up. Now you gotta understand, like the first couple hundred went like hotcakes. And then after that, it was like we were just stuck with like 1,000+ CDs, and I didn't know what to do with them because it was like, you know, once you get past that point of promotions and it's like you really don't want to push it anyways.
Right.
It was weird. Yeah. So we ended up just giving them away. I remember we ended up giving the majorities away at the gathering.
That's right.
They just
Long
went
time.
get like literally on their set. We were just throwing not just these. It was like these mixed in with everything that we had from the year, mishmash shirts. You know, stuff maybe misprinted or misspelled, whatever it was. We gave stuff out and really kind of drew in the crowd with our merchandise at the gatherings. But moving on.
Yes.
Moving on. So, yes, we had this beef. We had this problem. It fueled and created and lasted, you know, and damaged even till now. Like I said, hopefully cats can move on as we believe we are doing. And with us moving on, we have JJ Sosick, your boy DieNasty. Yeah. We had started this record label called, as you see, we had the Head Hurts Hitmen. We were Head Hurts Records.
Head Hurts Records.
And with this label, and being a label and the president, the head of the label, I wanted to prove that that's what I was.
Right, that you weren't an artist-run label. Even though it was, there's such a stigma. You know, ICP is a perfect example. Psychopathic. The clowns come first. And I remember you not wanting people, your label mates, but also the fans. You didn't want to take that stigma of, I'm going to get mine first. You wanted to show this was business. A smart business move.
And it was a smart business move to make. Exactly. And I feel that we did so with JJ Sosick.
We put our best foot forward when we started putting the records up.
And the music that we made was amazing. I believe, if you check the history books, AC to Casey was the first track that we had with Tech Nine, that AZ really had with Tech Nine. You know, it to me, I wish though that our beat was more up to par to what he really could do. And
that's the hindsight. That's the hindsight.
But other than that, it was a banger. It was a great track. It made a lot of noise. It created a lot of hype for JJ Sosick. And back then, he understood a little bit of how to socialize and how to get himself in. He was doing a lot of the tricks that you try to do now on Facebook. He was doing back then, like I said, back in MySpace and these other these other websites.
He knew how to market himself.
He did, and he got himself in. He got himself in with the fans, and he used to come over and tell me, what I like to do is I go to the people that like Tech Nine, and then I go, I got a track with Tech Nine. You'd like to hear it, and then because they're fans, they're more likely to say yes. So like, the dude just took his time, and back then you didn't get banded for talking to people too much.
Yeah.
You know, so like you could talk to all kinds of motherfuckers, and he did. And he brought in cats like Gruesome, and we all connected and made business network and stuff like that. Man, it was just an awesome time to be making music and putting it out. And like I said, it was pushed by everybody. I feel like we all, in some form,
stood behind it.
I'm pretty sure there's feature tracks with more than just DSI and Tech Nine.
So on that, like in this point in time,
Dreamcatcher
was everybody from the label made it on the album. I'm even on it on the hidden track.
Euphoric Demise.
Demonic Zombie was a project that got talked about and never happened. But
they don't even know about that.
At this time,
Demonic Zombie right there.
JJ Sosick we were bros. Like, we were bros like you and I were bros.
He was like on some Jesus.
Bro, it was gangster. We kept it evil. We really fucking stood behind it. And again, to talk
Brimstone, about Brimstone was our
artist at the time.
Artist at the time. Brimstone Art, yeah.
And we ran with him for a hot minute.
Yeah, and then even then we got there was like history with them, and later on we'll get into that era too, because it was all part of it. That's where the pistols and the guns and the things where it come from, and stuff like that. Like that's where people, like I said, I got things that I did used against me.
Right.
You know, and some of it, most of it should have all been true, but they were the content. They didn't talk about what the whole thing. You know, when you take something out of context,
you take a piece, take it out of context and make it into something. You know, this is what I felt like this album did in the history, is in the high story. Is this is when motherfuckers started wanting to come to us and be a part
it says of it was a special track, Tech Nine,
and be a part of the movement. You feel me? This is when we started running Head Hurts. Y'all started running Head Hurts. I was an artist at the time. Like a gang.
Yep. It always basically was, but it was
right.
Hard.
But
it
this
was hard.
Is when motherfuckers.
It's like you're like mafia.
You're like mafia.
You're like mafia. Yeah. It was gangster shit, bro.
You wanted to be a part of it. This album, I feel like, between the work that DSI was doing in being an icon.
MySpace.com/JJ Sussick. Oh my fucking god. Like, that's crazy.
It's old school, bro.
That's the history. And we bring this out because, like I said, there's two of them. But we bring this out because these are the facts. This is. I mean, don't ask me, who's been making music or who did what. It's like, it's all right here, y'all. We've been doing it. We've been holding it down. And if you forgot, well, fucking remember, because we've been killing it. We're gonna continue killing it. I got a lot of dope, crazy new music that I've been doing, and I'm gonna continue doing, and I'm hoping to get everybody caught up with all the history, and then we can really enjoy the history we're making. The history we'll be making.
The future.
Yeah.
No, it is, bro.
The history.
The history. No, I love it. But that's, like, again, speaking on the history and just making sure that we move forward on it. Like, Head Hurts really was a group of artists, and when So Six album came out and you guys were putting in all this fucking work, what ended up happening, in my opinion, is that's what made this. People, like I said, started coming to us. This is when artists that weren't Head Hurts, that were horrorcore, started coming and wanting to be a part of the shit. The Toxics, the Freaks, the cats that weren't in it, that were around it. And it was like, that's when I saw, that's when we moved to hardcore. Like, you got to get jumped in.
About that time, we were probably like, maybe 8 to 10 artists deep. And so you want to be a part of this. These cats have all put their fucking work in. Catch a beating. You can't know what I'll do for you until you see what I do to you. That was the mentality.
The mentality
we were built in. And it's funny to hear you guys speak about it, or it's just it blows my mind, man, because I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, we were pretty fucked up. We were pretty fucked up, man.
But we didn't know any different. That's what we knew. So that's where the evolution to, you got to know, like, how fucking dark and dirty it was.
And then the old DieNasty turns over and says, "You're a bitch." And I'm like, come on, dog. I'm just fucking saying. I swear, that's what happens.
I feel you. I feel you, because it did. It grew out of something so dark and depraved and became something so beautiful. Like, that's why I feel like people should give a fuck. And go to the Patreon.
Hit the Patreon, yo.
Become a part of it and back it up, because, like, we're growing something, giving you the honest truth about it, the reality of the art. And it really did come from somewhere dark.
Yeah, and imagine, like understanding and really falling in love with the people that were putting it on through these stories, through the high street. You never know. We might say something about someone and they ain't hit the scene in a minute, and then they just come back and blow up because they just got inspired. All the fuck a sudden. And it's cool. I'm saying that's the good part about it. Like, I would hope that we stir up our community, our Arizona music scene, and the superstars that we do have, they're out there. The Daniel Jordans are out there, and he's already making moves. Y'all see the bubbling? Y'all see the that nigga been working out. Oh, man. So, like, do those type of things. Be an artist that's really trying to get something, and if you are, being a part of the Patreon is going to be awesome for you because that's what we do. We try to give you knowledge so that you understand some things. Some things is irrelevant to you guys, but you understand some things that actually make sense to your game plan.
You can apply
them. To what you're dealing with or to what you're going to deal with. And you got, hey, man, if you already know you can move right in this certain situation because we told you that's the best plan because we went left and we had to learn to move right, like, just try it. You never know. And if you try it and you went right and you're like, man, shit was fucking awesome. And then you try it again and you went left and you're like, yeah, man, shit was broken. And let us know that too. And tell the next cat. And tell the next cat that, hey, I did it too. You know, tell your history.
That's what I want to see from this. That's my biggest hope, is that this would inspire more of Arizona's. Whether
things should correlate. If you pay attention to this history, things should correlate. Because your history will, if they're paying attention, it should all kind of make sense, you know?
But I would love to see this inspire the Uncle Phoenixes.
It would it would paint a picture. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It would truly paint a picture because, and that's why. Because I can't tell your guys' half of your story. This isn't, my man. Like, we are already talking about having him do something because you have to tell your side of the story. And I think it'd be awesome. I might be a villain. I'm a villain now. I'm a villain now, but I might be such a villain where I'm diabolical, you know, like where it's just like, oh my God, no, he thought he was bad. He was horrible. It could happen. Let it all come out. I mean, shit. I would love to hear what people remember about that asshole that created this music, that created a brand to follow, that created a movement based off of Juggalos and ICP and the movement and the feeling. And, you know, like I said, always too, if you pay attention, we kept that thug mentality. So this Thuggalo, this DieNasty, the Mexican Thuggalo that you see,
it's not always so far removed. It's not so far removed. No, it's the evolution of it.
Yeah.
It's look, man, that's true pimping. True gangster is when you don't have to put something like that.
Right.
When your reputation
precedes itself, and I feel it does. I feel, especially with just recently happened. Like, oh fuck, if you didn't know about me, you know about me now. You're probably like, I wish this guy would stop doing fucking lies, but they look so awesome and they're entertaining, and he talks about real shit. And I understand why you guys pay attention. Comment or not commenting, we see you, we appreciate you. Once again, if you are watching, paying attention, smash that like button, smash that share button, leave a fucking comment.
Let people know. Let them know.
Ask questions. We want to know what you guys remember. You know, don't hit me up after this shit and be like, man, hit the comments up now. You know, let's be a part of this conversation.
Let's talk about.
So it took all this time, bro, like to make all this music, hanging with the homies and fighting with the homies and moving forward and becoming this entity that's making moves too, like I said, and that's when the Tech 9 and the talent and the things happen and start to make sense now, huh? So yeah, that's when I did that. My bad.
No, it's
and then we came to this, like. This was so long.
You recorded it 3 times.
Yes.
Like almost the entire album.
Yes. Because
3 times.
I didn't like my voice.
Right.
I learned some things.
You took all of this time. Not to say that So Sick was a guinea pig or Head Hurts, but they were the hitmen. These were all learning experiences for you guys to perfect what you were going to put out.
To me, it worked because we didn't sound like we were brand new when we came to the game. It actually was very well polished. The artwork was amazing. There are celebrities. There are people in there. If you really looked at the artwork, you're like, "That's so and so." You know, we was dirty about it. Still being dirty about it.
Still firing shots.
We were still being that way. I want to say that's like supposed to be Mr. Freeze or something. They were making fun of him because he had like a big nose or something. There was some crazy shit.
Yeah, Brimstone was always with the fucking jokes.
There was definitely some hidden shit. But like we had Isham. This was y'all. Come on, man. This was what 2000. What did I say this was?
2008.
2000. No, this had to be 2007. Yeah,
this was 2007.
2007 because we had 2005, 2006, 2007. We dropped this, and we had everybody. To me, we had everybody.
Yeah, no. This is an album, in my opinion, not just with Head
Diamond Cuts.
This is an album for the underground that at that time was. You guys got everybody who was fucking.
We had
noise.
one of the supervillains. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like we started out. Our first album had Isham. You know Isham. When we did the release for this album, when it finally happened, all the knowledge, all the moving around and getting to 2007, 5 years in the game, I had. Got Isham to come out to do a show, and it was, I want to say it was this time because he came out a few, but I know the first time he came out, man, he was actually going out there because it was all set up through Brother Jay, I want to say. Yeah. And he came out to punk me. Isham came out to punk me. Yep. And I didn't know anybody. I picked him up, everything all cool. And we get to the house, and I show him my pad and who I am, and show him my studio, and show him what I'm doing. And when I was done, he was like, you know, I was coming out here to punk you. Like, fuck you putting my name on the flyer for saying I'm coming out. But like I went through the right people, proper channels, but it just apparently just wasn't well received or whatever the case may be. But he came out, and he saw you, boy, and he fell in love with me. We became brothers that day. That's the day he became my big bro. Isham became my big brother, and he allowed me to invite him into our world in special occasions, and we meet up at special occasions. It's just been awesome. And one of the times was when he actually was there to be at our CD release, signing CDs and everything at the Monstar shop that I had. I had a Monstar shop that y'all probably don't know about, and it's in there. A retail store. I had a retail store that sold Juggalo, underground hip hop merch for you guys, for the fans. And you know, we sacrificed. It didn't start out as a hitter, and it was amazing when we got it to a point, and we did something that everybody always does. We expanded before we should have expanded.
Right. And you guys saw some success, moderate success, and instead of growing that and letting that be a 4 or 5 year thing. You jumped and said, we made it.
And we need it.
Right.
And honestly, what happened was there was a lot of cats around on the team. And this is when you kind of start to see the team dissipate. But this is later on, and we'll talk about that. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, man, what a fucking great album it was. Now, none of this music, I would ever play you any of these. If you ever want to bump this, I got a few of these Weed and Coffees from Bag of Hammers from back in the day when we had the Monstar shop. They put some in my hands. I have a few. If you want, I'll definitely hook you up if I ever see you. I love Bag of Hammers. I need Weed and Coffee. Come and grab it from me. I got three or four of them. Yep. Once again,
but you're not gonna hear the hit, man.
You're not, and it's just a gesture. I know everybody's gonna be like, he's just gonna take it out of the shit and fucking grab it. No, man, like it'll be in the bin, yo. Like
grab the live stream.
It's sentimental, but it's the truth. I'll never promote that again, y'all. I have a whole fucking spindle of the damn shit that didn't even make cases, man. Once again, like I'm cool on that music. I mean, I love it. I know it's history. I know it could be worth. No, I'm good. This other music, JJ So Sick. There's some other stuff that's out there that we have. If you follow along and you join up and sign up to the Patreon, I got some old Head Hurts music that I'll hook you guys up with. You'll have a fucking zip drive of some dope ass shit. You'll get my album, So Sick's album, this guy's few albums, or a couple at least. And yeah, I mean, fuck with us. There's a lot of old music we have. If you love that old dark wicked shit, you love that sound that we used to pound, come on in and hang out and join with us. But if you like to jam out to that new music, that new sound, if you like that new Thuggalo flow, you can check me out at THUGGALO.com. You can check out the Patreon. We already told you, go to patreon.com/ThuggaloXP. You know your boy has a contest going on right now, and I've already said this. You better jump in on these things while they're here, because when they're gone, and then you're going to be saying, had I, or I wish I would have. So don't be that guy. Be the guy that said, I did. I took full advantage.
And it's not crazy. Like, that's the cost is not nuts. The shit we paid for similar opportunities was 5, 10, 20 times as much. I mean, we've dropped thousands.
And then I give them a promo code. So, like, if you put hustling, if you put March hustling, rather, and don't put 2 H's. So it's March and continue on spelling on.
March hustling.
March hustling. If you put March hustling in the promo code, I'm not sure if it's cap sensitive, but if it is, cap your shit up, and you'll get like 35% off, which brings it down to like $26, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. $20,
you get
less
like
than $30.
Less than $30. You're gonna get live reactions from your boy DieNasty, the Mexican Thuggalo, and Intrinsic, the UGH boss man, and you're gonna get your entry. We have mixing. We'll probably have some promo deals for that, but y'all should definitely get involved. If you don't know who King ISO is, he's a strange music artist that's making his moves and doing it.
Killing it.
And I've told you guys this, that we know the guys that are gonna be on top, and then what happens is a few months or a year from now, you guys call and try to ask us to how we're gonna hook you up with a King ISO track, and we're like, dude, why didn't you jump on the DieNasty contest that we were doing? You could have got an opportunity for $26 right now to get possibly on the track with DieNasty, King ISO.
It just makes the most sense.
Whoever else we put on that dope motherfucker.
It just makes the most sense if you are trying to do this artist thing, it isn't fucking easy. It isn't cheap to get on these tracks. And so it's an opportunity. Is it a gamble? Sure. But you get to say, I was there, I did it. I'm pretty sure that, the fact that they're getting heard, their live reactions to it, like, it still ties you in with the history of that song.
Yeah, I'm just listening and looking at your dope-ass stickers. I'm sorry.
I got an office. I got all kinds of dope shit.
Yeah, I see. While we got a little bit of time, like I said, I'd just like to once again say appreciate everybody that's been a part of the history so far. I don't know if we will invite anybody. I would like to, but I don't want to.
Fun. Let's keep it fun.
So if you guys are interested, maybe. But holler.
We're not closed off to it.
We're not closed off, but at the same time, like I said, I just don't want to. I don't want to put any unnecessary stress or pressure on anybody,
exactly.
Especially because some of these situations and matters that we are talking about, and I told you this is a thug, mean, tough motherfucker, an asshole, son of a bitch, and and if you like, so check this out. I really didn't know, and maybe the Hitman is when it truly started, and it's when we started. But even then, I guess growing up, I always wanted to be the superhero.
Right.
Always in the brain, I want to be the superhero. And then I kind of feel like maybe that's when it was. You said it on that ride back in the money from your pad. Fuck it.
Let's be the bad
Let's be the bad guys. Let's not be the fucking superheroes and the winners. We're going to be the bad guys.
We'll be the best fucking bad guys you ever saw. Be the best bad guys you
ever saw. So, like, yeah, I think I've taken that to heart in the essence of I feel like the music allowed me to be that villain, and it was awesomely cool for the time. Now, DieNasty, the Mexican Thuggalo, should I still be a villain? Should I repent? Because we've seen Esham do it. I question where we should take this, but if you guys want to know where we should take this, I say just follow along. Hit up thuggalo.com, hit up the Patreon.
All day.
Jump on the fucking contest, be a part of it, interact with us. I'm DieNasty, the Mexican Thuggalo, fucking up my microphone, taking shit off. My bad, y'all.
He's ready. He's like, fuck all this.
Fucked everything up. All right, well, anyways, I'll just let it be. I'm DieNasty, the Mexican Thuggalo.
I'm Spooky Z, the motherfucking wordsmith.
And we're just about out this bitch. Anybody who was sending any messages and stuff, I guess I got to get back to you. Sorry I didn't respond or I didn't stop my live so that you guys could chop it up with me. I'm going to chop it up with you right now. All right, y'all. We out this motherfucker. Peace.
You don't know how to stop it? You don't know how to make it go away?
I stopped it. I just closed all your apps.
No, don't, because you got to share it properly.
It is shared.
Did you press share HD? No, you just closed it on.
I just closed that in on.
You son of a bitch.
You should have gotten I forgot who it was.
Josh.
No. Josh texted you and said, I'm riding.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then Bishop texted you and said, nah, bro, I'm sorry, I'm tired.
You could have said that.
Yeah, those are okay. It's like, let me get a quarter pound.
Yeah.
You can't say that.
Give me $1 million and not tell you people about the taxes. Cannot say that. Can't say bomb on a plane.
You
Can't
say bomb
go
on
in
a plane.
a hospital and say coronavirus, but Denim did.
Here's this. What's that? Somebody was what?
I forgot. It was like George. What's his name? Jorge Acosta.
Where?
The comedian. Esteban. And then he's just like, hey, I'm kind of in history. And then there was a funny one. He was all like, I don't know what it is, but he said you kept that thug mentality in that 2000 Chevy Trailblazer.
Yeah. For my whole run.
Hey, great fucking job on staying with the topic. You've gotten so much better at that, bro.
I'd be stressed.
No, dude, you really did a fucking great job with that. Oh, we're still live?